Hello there. Are you one of these people who's going, oh my god, how do I find out whether or not the candidate that I'm looking at is a crazy conspiracy theorist who has no idea how science works and wants to subvert how democracy and therefore the place that I live shapes and grows into the future? Well, let me give you a quick rundown based on what I do to be able to track this information down, and hopefully it gives you a few insights as to what's going to work for you. So first things first, watch out for certain red flags that pop up in their posts on their social media platforms. Look out for terms like freedom and tyranny. Also make sure that the content that they're sharing isn't coming from places like Voices for Freedom or Freedom and Rights Coalition, or places that are known for their spin on misinformation and disinformation. Now, always start off with Google because it's the biggest, but Google uses an algorithm based on what people visit the most. So you might not necessarily find their most recent content on here that highlights how far down the rabbit hole they are, but there are often hints in this, like Leader for Outdoors and Freedom Party. Check out their Facebook page. Most candidates have a dedicated Facebook page these days because it's the biggest social media platform out there, and you can probably find some clues hidden away in their images, but look at the content that they've got as well as you scroll through their page. There's a whole bunch of different sort of red flag warnings that I listed before that should come in handy with it. But they're going to do what they can to hide from it, and Voices for Freedom candidates in particular have been told to downplay their association with the organisation. So they're doing everything they can to hide exactly where it is they come from. But there are clues like this, and there's other things that you might find buried in there, such as political party affiliations or, promoting material from known groups that are going to be problematic, like Mr. Brian Tamaki's stuff right here. The other things to do are look over their Instagram pages, make sure that you have a look over their Twitter page as well, but do a search for them on Twitter by name because that gives you a really cool list as to what has been the most popular posts that mention them, what other people think of them, and gives you sort of a timeline as well as to how they've gone down the rabbit hole. It can be quite insightful to have a look and see just what's actually out there. Don't forget YouTube is also a great place that you can have a look at, but YouTube has self-curated content, so it's a bit like Facebook in that respect. Don't forget to check out Wikipedia if they have a Wikipedia entry, but always remember as well, Wikipedia can be self-edited, so check out what changes are on there, see what information's going on. Even check out something like TikTok, because you might have an older candidate who's not aware of it or who's only just starting to use it in some way. You can always search by specific term on news articles, and of course if they've got a website, go check that out. There is no such thing as too much research to be able to find the right candidates who speak to you. But it's really important that you don't do not enough research, and it's a really hard line to find sometimes. It really is about making sure that what you're getting in front of you, the information that you're seeing, is accurate and that you're forming a picture that works for you in how you go about and vote.